Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Cities Skylines! We are still in Quillopolis. This is episode 2, and we have a long way to go. We've got a quaint little town forming up. We've got Main Street right over here. What is convenience store? Big Bite. Looks good enough to eat. I can go for a burger right now. We got pop and soda across there. I like how they have both. You know, no matter how you say it, pop or soda, we've got you covered one way or the other. Oh, and it's actually an advertisement for Big Bite as well. Advertising from right across the street from where something is. Yakisoba. Oh, Japanese. Yeah. Another Big Bite. People like their fast food in this town. We're probably going to have some sort of big health problem. Luckily, we do have a clinic over here. And we have our little elementary school over there. Only 164 students now. Some people are starting to be educated, but we will continue to grow. We have just expanded this area over here, and we've not yet serviced them with water, so we should probably go ahead and get some pipes flowing here. Something like that, and like that. Power should reach them because they're all kind of touching and stuff. What do we have here? Do we not have enough water overall? No, we do. Why is there... Did I not have a pipe there? Did I just put it down? Why are they complaining about water? I was sure there was a pipe there already. I'm a little confuzzled, but that's okay. Power. Power's starting to run a little bit low. And as more and more of these buildings come in, our power demand will continue to go up. So... I think we'll build, I think I'm going to keep building power windmills all along the shore over here, because I actually think it would be quite lovely, to be honest. And the noise pollution will not bother anyone inside the town if we're over here. So I'm going to try to push them together as close as possible. There we go, and as close to the shore as possible over here. Ooh, that brings us down to 7 megawatts. I definitely want 8. I want to try to get the full value out of these bad boys. 8 is the most you can get out of a windmill, so that works out quite well. Also, note later on we can get these advanced wind turbines, which can actually get put out to sea, which will be really valuable because over here, that looks like a pretty high wind spot. We can just fill this entire area over here with these advanced windmills if we want to make a completely green town. Although some things will be... Oh no, that's where we're pulling the water in from. This is where we're dumping the water. If we take a look over here... So far, we're okay, but this water will start to change colors. Look at that. The sewage coming out of here. There is, there's a water treatment plant you can do later on, which doesn't pump raw sewage into the water, but instead mostly purifies the water before it does it. I don't know if it affects, if this water becomes polluted, I don't know if it affects sort of land value and things on the side. We'll see how it goes. Also, I wonder if we're actually going to get a river here where we can put some sort of dam later on. Because you can put a dam, like, anywhere you want. That's under power over here. You've got hydro power plant, which is basically a dam. You can put it anywhere, but here the water flow is not going to be enough, I don't think, to actually cause the dam to function. It's a little counterintuitive right now in the build that I'm going. You need to make sure that water is flowing from a relatively high place and relatively quickly. Otherwise, it'll basically just back itself up. Like, if we put a dam here, it might generate power for a little while, but at a certain point, the water level will sort of go up a little over here, and then mostly just keep getting absorbed by the ground until the point where the dam is not really doing anything anymore. We just kind of end up with a stagnant lake, which is really boring, and a kind of a waste of money. So, still, we should be okay for now, especially if we just fill this area here with the advanced windmills later on. We're going to be okay. And when do we unlock those? What do we need? Population of 2,600. Oh, okay, that unlocks pretty fast, actually. I think we'll be okay. You can see the pollution here hitting from the industry quite early on. That hurts, but, you know, what can we do? Let's go up to speed 3. I don't want to build too quickly. I want to let the current stuff sort of fill in. I think at 900, we hit the next population threshold. So overall, we should be okay. Take a look at the garbage thing. Our landfill usage is only at 1%. Landfills work by sending out garbage trucks. I think, is this one of them? It is. You can see this guy over here. They'll probably pop out another one. There we are. So if we follow, whoops, pause, click. We follow this guy. We'll actually see him go from house to house and pick up some garbage. There we go. Oh, he doesn't actually have to, oh, that's interesting. Most things like ambulances and hearses actually have to pull up to the house, and then load. And this guy, the garbage trucks, I guess it makes sense. The garbage out by the side of the road, they just sort of, there's probably, you know, in reality, they'd be pausing for a minute and then grabbing the garbage here, but it's short enough that they can basically just drive through an area and collect it all, which is really nice. If you do start to have problems with garbage backing up in your town, one of the things that you want to look at is instead of just building more landfills and therefore putting more trucks out there, most likely you actually have a traffic problem. Almost everything in the game, and actually that applies to all city builders. If you know, people can't, you know, get health treatments from ambulances in time, or fires start burning down your buildings, Often it's not that you need more services, usually it's just that you have traffic problems, so you want to go ahead and take a look at those. So we now are Worthy Village, reached population 900. We can unlock a new area, but we don't need it right now. I don't know if we'll rush to that, plus it costs money to do it. We now have the ability to put down districts, policies, take out more loans, specialize industries, fire department, police department. Okay, those were pretty important early on. And yes, a couple of industry specializations, plus some policies and stuff. Okay, so let's go and put ourselves to speed 1. Goodbye, truck. And yes, we can now annex places. So if I go to the areas over here, you can see I can buy an adjacent area if I want. And I get a hint as to what natural resources are available. 4,200 to purchase, 4,400, 2,700. Probably because only 50% of the land can really be built on. No, 96, and it's cheaper than this one. This one's 75 buildable. I wonder if it's because of the water. Could be. I don't know. I suspect we might end up buying this area first when we do want to start doing the windmills. The other thing we can do, because right now all of our building is like right up against the border, if we wanted to end up with something that's a little bit more organic, we could buy this place here, and that way the fact that we're sort of pushed right against the wall becomes less obvious, and we can come up with more organic lines. But for now, I'm going to hold off. I got other things to spend my money on. I do want a police department, or fire department relatively quickly. And again, I'll probably put it relatively centered to the town. The police department may be over here. The fire department, I kind of maybe want to look closer to the industry. You know what? I'll put them both here. That's the fire department. Now the police department. Pricey. And obviously, you know, there's a monthly expense as well. Makes people happy to have them, though. And yeah, we'll try to keep the fires under control as much as possible. So let's talk about regions, or districts, I should say. I always say regions, but it's district. You can paint these down, which I think is awesome. I'll take the big paintbrush so we can, like, paint this area and just, like, give it a name, basically. Yeah, Green Hills. That is a terrible title for this region. We'll come back to it. And then if you start here, this is a new region, and I can actually, like, push against the border and do that. Or at any point I can click within an existing one and paint it out, or I can right click to delete regions. So I like being able to sort of name my neighborhoods. I want kind of a downtown over here, and then I'll start another neighborhood over here. And, you know, we'll refine these sorts of things later on. And I can click on these titles to name these districts. We get some stats on the district, which is really helpful, and we can set individual policies. So you can set, this is a policy for the entire city. So not everything's unlocked yet, but we can tell people to reduce their power usage. Smoke detector distribution I really like. It does cost money, but reduces the risk of fire, which is good. So our fire stations won't have to work quite as hard. There won't be as many callouts, not as many fire trucks everywhere. So I like having smoke detectors everywhere in my city. That's just me personally. I enjoy that. Yeah, it costs money. $5 per building per day. It's not cheap, but I think it's well worth it. This hillside district, I'm going to rename this to downtown. This is like the shopping area. That's where things get done. And then over here, Green Hills. I mean, unless we want to call it that to fool people into it, but I'm going to call it Smoky Town. It's part of Smoky Town. It is just awful over there. And when you've got a district selected, you can apply things. So I can actually turn off the smoke detectors over here if I wanted to. And later on, I can increase or lower taxes, do all kinds of different things. And it just looks interesting. And yeah, we get all those stats. You can see here, there's no residential at all within this area, which is useful to know. It's almost entirely industrial, and that's fine. And, you know, just get some more statistical breakdown, which is very fun. Now, the other thing we've unlocked is the ability to check natural resources. So what do we have over here? Ore. Okay, so there's a bunch of metal and stuff under the ground over here, which we could, if we wanted to, specialize this region so that it actually is all about ore mining, which I'm quite keen on. Now, yeah, there's still ore over here. I was going to say we might want to change the sort of Smoky Town district. This over here is not as much. Tell you what, let's go ahead and just sort of do a little bit of this. Just because there's sort of a limit on the ore overall. And I'll extend the downtown, sort of focus this way. It's going to have a little bit of in the industrial, but that's okay. I'll push it a little further. And what I'm going to do is take my roads, and we'll use some two-way roads for this. I think it's going to be fine. I don't think there's going to be that much traffic. Let's go ahead and unpause as well. I'm gonna go 2 steps here just to give a little bit more space so that we're not quite as polluty. Same thing here, 2 steps away, and do that. And maybe we'll connect over here as well. There we are. And I'm gonna fill this with industry. Now, after doing all this, what I'm going to do is, in the region, or the district thing, I'm going to tell these guys, that's generic industry. Oh, I haven't actually unlocked the ore industry specialization yet. You can see here, though, if I specialize this area to create ore industry, once I've done that, it'll replace the generic industry with mining, mostly. It will increase ground pollution and use more electricity, but give me more tax income, which is cool. Or if you compare it to the farming industry, it uses a lot more water, but gives me a little bit more taxes, for example. Oil industry, generic industry. So if you specialize in all three of these, you get more taxes. But it has to be on an area that's got the right good, and also sometimes there's a side effect, like more water from farming. We can check to see if we've got any fertile areas over here, and we do. This yellow area over here is fertile land. Now, what kind of annoys me, I'm going to say this, is I would like to have this view while the district view is open. So I want to paint down a district for my farming town, but I don't really know. Did I paint it right? I think so. Maybe we can go a little further like this. Like, I can't see where the fertile land is while I'm painting. So, something like that. That's a farming area. So let's go ahead and let's not use straight roads for that area. Heck, maybe we'll even use some dirt roads just for style. And let's just paint. Let's make some happy little roads. Let's get some Bob Ross going on here. Do something like that, like that, like that. Sort of make a bit of a figure 80 kind of thing. Sure, why not? Something like this. And then we'll connect it up with a more conventional road. How are we going to finish the one-ways? Are we happy with it? Do we want to maybe make another set of loops? Maybe we'll do that. Let me go back to my one-ways. So this is what, there's like 2 and a bit, right? How come I don't get my guides? Oh, because I've got the wrong road mode. So we'll do something like that. And then from here it goes back this way. And then what we're going to do is, this is a one-way that goes in that direction. So what we want to do is switch to the curve tool, reach up by 1, go down by 1, like so. And then straight line it that way. And here we want to go out by 1. It's going to destroy a house, which makes people a little unhappy, but, you know, deal with it. And then we go 1 unit, and then curve in like that. And then connect it up like this. Okay. I'm actually going to make this a 2-way connection. Like so. I think that'll be okay. I could actually upgrade these to be, to even be the 2-lane avenues. That might be a better idea. Oops. That makes sense. I think it might. So because this is a one-way, I can't upgrade. Let's go and try that though. Like so. And here as well, we're going to bulldoze that, and then put down this road. And here too, we'll bulldoze that, and put down that. I'm not convinced this is actually going to help, but we're going to try. Meanwhile, we need to make sure that our power here is still working. Oh my god, we're out of money. And right now we've got sewage problems, so let's actually take out a loan real quick. I went a little overkill. This loan's pretty cheap and easy to pay back. Not only is that first loan just smaller, but the actual interest on it is lower as a percentage. So this is a bigger loan plus a higher interest percentage, so you're really paying quite a bit. You do pay it back a lot slower here. Our monthly payment or weekly cost of this loan is actually quite a bit higher than this one, but overall we're paying less. We're basically being charged $1,000 in interest over here, whereas here we're being charged a total of $6,000 in interest. Which is a lot more. So right now we're making money. We've got some money still left in the bank. I think it was a fine idea to do that. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm still like, what do I want to do over here to connect it up? Because I'd like to keep continuing. I mean, I guess I can keep going with these 2 lanes. I'm basically making an avenue with an extra level of space in between. But yeah, maybe we'll just wrap it up. So how do I connect up to the farming? What do I want to do? You know what? Let's just, why don't we just grab a freeform road and go through here and just do one of those. And then maybe we'll connect up to the industrial area as well. Let's make it a little bit more. Something like that. You know, we'll figure out what we want to do with this a little bit later on. How are we doing overall for power? We are not making enough power. I noticed the electricity things while everything seemed connected. So again, I'm going to try to go right up to the shore and as close as possible. But I'm really looking for the 8 megawatts. Is there any more 8s over here? Or are we stuck at 7? Oh, there's an 8. As close to the shore as possible. Just to maximize the room. Boom. There we are. So as soon as that kicks in. Okay, we're positive. Water is still great. Landfill, still lots of room currently. Okay. Water pipe. Oh, we need to extend our water pipe out here. Let's do some of that. Let's do some of that. And we will, I don't know, loop around this way and then bring it over this way. There we are. Doesn't really matter the path that things take for the water. It doesn't have to be connected in multiple places. It doesn't make much of a difference. There we are. All right, now that we've got that, so I'm going to go and, oh, my region tool, I'm going to say this is a farming area. And we'll rename it to something like, I don't know, Happy Fields, right? And if I take my industrial tool and I'm on marquee mode, I'm going to go and make Happy Fields basically all industrial. Let me take this circle and just right click to just erase a little bit over here. And maybe this little bit over here. Now, let's check the region. No, we're not quite overlapping the way I would want. So we're going to paint like so. And we can actually pull back a little bit this way. And then maybe trim it down. We'll figure out what we're going to do with the rest of it. There we are. So now we should get a farming community that comes up over here. There should be lots of fields and then lots of food processors as well. They will want some water, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Maybe we'll just build a pipe that sort of goes along this road here. Make sure that's serviced. And then for the water here, we can probably do something like this. Now, we know that the farming will take a lot more water, so we probably will have to build another water pipe soon. Oh, and we're out of money again. And we're currently losing. I think that will fix itself relatively quickly, though. I suppose to save a little bit of cash, I'm going to turn off the smoke detector, which should help quite a bit. Smoke detectors are expensive. There we go. I could actually probably cut down the fire station and maybe even the police budget right now, because I don't think they need that much. What it does is I think it will limit how many vehicles they have to hunt down things. Oh, we do actually have the fire trucks are out and about. Oh, that's a tractor. And that's another tractor. Oh, no, there's the fire station. Let's see, where's the fire? Oh, there it is. Now, if you have multiple fire trucks that are idle, multiple fire trucks might come to the fire. This is a pretty small house, but I found the bigger buildings, sometimes you'll get multiple fire trucks, but they all get out, and they all try to put out the fire as fast as possible. So we have to save the house. It didn't burn down. Fire station is relatively close. It's not overloaded, and there's no traffic right now. Ooh, what do we have here? Things that we have unlocked a few buildings. Now, I think... Did we unlock those this time? Maybe we did. I guess we did, as opposed to being unlocked from a previous city. That's quite cool. You unlock these things by reaching certain milestones. So right now, we have to fill 3 cemeteries to get the Plaza of the Dead. Speaking of, oh, that's true. Oh, no, cemeteries aren't unlocked yet. Never mind. All right, I think I'll let the city run on speed 3 for now. We will have to finish that pipe, but I'm going to just let us sort of turn a profit. The city is still growing. People are coming to the city, which is really good. When do we get our next milestone? At 1,400. We're nearly there. Level 2 unique buildings. I think the unique buildings might get unlocked permanently for all your cities, because I've never unlocked this statue yet, so I think that might be the case, which is kind of neat. Make a little bit of progression on your account, basically. So these guys are complaining they don't have enough workers. In fact, there's a huge demand for residential. So I'm going to go ahead and zone all this to be residential. No! Shoot! That's not what I meant at all. I didn't realize I was still on industry. Crap. Poop. Poop, 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 poop. Alright, let's D-zone this with the paint tool. It'll be a little easier to sort of squeeze that in there. And then I'm going to switch back to the marquee over here. D-zone all this. And then here. And again, I'm going to switch to the paint to just clear out that and that. There we go. Okay. Residential. Square. Bam. Alright, good. Lots of demand for houses. They're going to come in. Lots of residential. You get a lot of tax money from that. I mean, it's possible for your bang for your buck. You might get more money for a commercial area or industrial area, but you need a lot of residential to feed all those places. So there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and finish these areas like that. And we'll pull another one out like this. There we are. Good. And now that people are moving in, they're going to be looking for jobs, so we should get some industrial bits. There we go. We have now reached Tiny Town. We've unlocked decorations, so we get parks and trees and things, which is really nice. We've got some additional policies we can enact. We got our level 2 buildings, and we've unlocked the high school. I don't think I'm going to rush to the high school. Parks and recreation just makes your parks do more, better work, but they are more expensive. I would really like to put on the smoke detectors back on, but I think I may leave them off for now. Now, we may not put any parks over here. Parks do also have a bit of an upkeep, but people can go to the parks and enjoy it. But what I will do is put down some trees, some nice oak trees here in the construction areas. We did leave these big gaps in here, so it does cost me 10 bucks per tree, but there's no upkeep for them after the fact, and they do help to keep down both noise and conventional pollution. So we'll do a lot of that. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to maybe click and drag, or maybe there'd be a larger brush to put down a clump of trees. There's not right now. That might be something that people can just mod, or it might be something that gets added to the game later on. Right now, I'm just happy there's lots of trees that we can put in here. So I'm spending a fair bit of money, but really not that much, actually, doing this. You can see the money go down by 10 with every click. Well, not that much. And, again, no upkeep on trees, so you may as well, if you've got some extra space, fill it with greenery. Here, we'll even put it in there. If a building does want to show up in that gap, they will do it. They'll replace the trees. In the middle here, the trees will just stick around, though, because there's nothing zoned. Obviously, you want to avoid putting trees in places where they might disappear, because then you'll just have lost some money. But otherwise, very good stuff. Here, we can put some around the garbage dump. Just line it nicely with trees. Try to contain in that pollution. Same thing here. Maybe we'll fill this lot over here with trees. There we go. And the nice thing is, you don't have to worry about accidentally deleting a building by clicking on it. There we are. Did I leave any gaps over here? Tiny bit of gap between these houses. So let's go ahead and drop some trees in there. There we are. Pretty. And a little bit more going on over here. Ah, very nice. Oh, all right. So let's get out of this tool, take a look. See, it's pretty. I love the fact that people park on the side of the road. I'm really entertained by that. I think these interchanges work pretty well. We'll have to keep an eye out on the traffic to make sure it doesn't actually pile up. Here, there's a bit of a thing where, because we're going from 3 lanes basically to 2, although the left lane is left turn only, which is fine, and they will do that. You can actually turn from both of these lanes. Nice little UE. It's nice. It's good to have one of these at the start of your city, because quite frequently people will sort of come in and do U-turns, and you don't want them to be in your city, you know, accumulating traffic. Bit of a bottleneck here. What are you trying to do? There you go. You're just waiting for the light to go. System's working well here. Working very well. You parked. You're going to go through. Eventually the light will change again. There it goes. Alright, I think that's actually working pretty good. We'll probably mess around with these road designs quite a bit, especially as the city grows. This area will start to become more and more of a big traffic bottleneck. Oh my god, I'm out of power. Let's put a quick pause in here. To the point where what we may do is we might, you know, no longer have people living here. We'll expand the roads, we'll change the structure just to try to deal with this. Or, the other thing we can do is, if we pick up this tile here, expand our area, we might change how people can come in and out of the town. Instead of having everyone go directly into downtown, we can pull off another interchange off the highway over here and bring them to, you know, a whole other residential or industrial area. All right, power indeed is getting a bit low. We're going to go ahead and put down yet another one of these. It's 8 megawatts, which is good. Just don't want to overlap there. Try to get as close to the coast as possible. Boom, we'll do that. Should be enough for now. Now, because, you know, each individual windmill doesn't generate a whole lot of power, you're going to have to do this a fair bit early on. But you can always just put down a coal power plant, and especially if it's off in some corner somewhere, then you're really not going to have to babysit it. And they do create 40 megawatts, which is pretty strong. Or if you're near a nice strong river, you can go ahead and make a dam. You do need a higher level technology for it. You need to get to 10,000 people before you can do it, but those dams can create hundreds of megawatts of power. Hundreds. Got some fields coming in. Juice press under construction. Orchard company, not currently operating. Oh, need some workers. How's our demand situation? We're pretty good. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and put another cut in this video. I like where things are going. I think this is going to be a very happy feeling town. And as long as I keep making these sort of squiggly roads, it'll also be not very boring in the future. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time.